Hey guys, let me give you a tip on increasing your stride length. So a lot of us when we run, we want to mimic the actions we see. So what we see like in pictures, we see fast runners is we see their legs are separated, we see their arms are really swinging, like maybe the wind's blowing in their hair. So then we think, well, that's what we should do. And we try to like separate our legs in our run. So whether you're pushing off the back or reaching in the front. And what happens is instead of traveling, you're just working harder with your legs. So instead, how you increase stride length, two ways. So one is you have to practice your running action, which is the pull. So if I'm going to put this, this blue mat is my stride length, okay? So let's say my goal was to have like a stride length of this, like this would be a sprint, this would be a lot. So this is my starting point, right? So here I am in my running pose. How do I travel? How do I initiate travel? Falling by lifting my torso up. So if I practice that as soon as I lift my torso up, I pull my foot. You see? I traveled. So I created stride length by using the correct action. So the stride length was a byproduct. Here's where I started, right? I lifted my torso to simulate the fall, and I pulled my foot, and there I am. And this is important because if I practice the action, then the byproduct, the reaction, will be what I want. And so in order for my legs to be able to separate, you want to include like range of motion exercises, which would be like the runner stretch, right? Very common stretch. So runner stretch would be one to do to make sure you can have that range of motion. And then second, you've got to do elasticity exercises because not only do I need to pull my foot, I need to be able to pull it repeatedly. So that's what's so wild. It's like the fastest runners, the sprinters, have the highest cadence, right? So they're foot pulling, like I'm asking you for like 180 to use elasticity. Sprinters are doing like 250, 280 and up. So they've got to be able to pull their foot really, really quickly. So what you learn is I'm never going to feel this. So I have to kind of know it, right? And this is like, I always think of like when you throw a ball for your dog, right? You throw a ball and you watch your dog and it reaches for that ball. And it looks like all of its legs and paws and everything is just extended. But really the dog just allows the muscles to work through a full range of motion. So that's why if you have your hips can do a full range of motion, then when you run, that extension happens naturally. You don't have to do anything. You simply pull your foot. So you're in your running pose and you pull your foot. And the more I fall, the more my stride length will be. So not only falling, but also pulling quick. And this is really important because we want to feel like, we want to imagine that running feels like what we see. So same like, imagine that picture of Michael Jordan. Like everyone knows that picture. He's all the way up. Both of his legs are extended, right? We always see that as like the action. But it's not the action. It's the reaction. It's the byproduct of the action. So for you to have that same, that same reaction, you've got to practice a quick pull. And again, the best part is I can practice in a small space. This is really neat, guys, by the way. If you ever come in, if you decide you want to come in and get live coaching, I watch you run, I do a gait analysis, and I also have you do check-ins of your practice. And so I encourage you to film just exactly what I'm doing. I give you the assignment. And then we also do interactive Zooms. And what happens is, what's wild is if you can sense it here, you can go take it outside, like, you know, or on the treadmill, or wherever you're running. So let's just go through this one last time. In order for me to increase my stride length, I've got to practice a quick pull from pose to pose because stride length is the distance between pose. So this is the figure 4, that running pose. Again, lift that torso and immediately pull your foot. And see, I'm just doing a single. When you go through the practice, you know, there's a lot of good videos that I've put out. That is a single pull. I also encourage a triple pull, which would be more for running. And it's to help you let go of thinking about that extension And the triple pull is 1, 2, 3. See, I did 3 pulls very quickly. If I was outside moving and there was momentum and gravity really working, I would be really traveling. So I want to practice these movements so I can think about them, and then I go apply it during my run. So let me finish with last time. If you want to increase your stride length, you got to do range of motion exercises, elasticity exercises, which we have a ton of, the hops, but mainly you've got to think when you're running. You don't think about your stride length. Remember, that's just a byproduct. You've got to think pull, and that's it. Up. I think up. So as soon as you lift your torso, pull your foot. See how you travel. If you want to travel more, I want to fall more, I want to increase my stride length, then lift your torso higher. You see my foot pulled higher. I traveled further. I increased everything by simply lifting my torso higher and then allowing that pull to happen. So practice both, that single with the big fall and then a little fall, 1, 2, 3. Because when you run, it's going to feel like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is what running feels like. And to run faster, it's just going to feel like a quicker pull. So I just have to have the understanding of what creates stride length. And then when I'm running, I just have to do my job, hold my torso up, pull my foot, and know that I will get that great response of an increase in my stride length. All right, guys, I hope that helps. As always, please ask questions, comments. I'm happy to hear feedback and answer more questions you have. Of course, like I said, it'd be great to have you join us, RunRX.fit. Otherwise, please like and subscribe. If you already have, thank you. And of course, share with your friends.